Welcome to my new studio. I am so excited for this space. I think it's going to be amazing. I apologize for the road noise outside if you can hear that. You can probably hear that. It's really loud to me anyway. Yeah, the urge to find a new studio space came upon me pretty suddenly. I didn't really realize that I wanted one until I had the brief thought. And then I was like, oh, let me go looking. And then I went looking and then I found one. And now here we are. So you're going to see that entire process from start to finish. And I will take you guys behind the scenes. We'll talk about the finances, the application process, what that was like, et cetera, et cetera. And yeah, there's going to be, moving and applications and a lot of painting in this video as well, which is great. And yeah, stay tuned until the very end for a brand new tour of the workspace. And thank you so much to Squarespace for sponsoring this video and having a role in making this studio possible for me. So yeah. I am actually looking into getting like a real artist studio. So right now I am just like renting an extra bedroom in my house from my housemates. And it's good. I love it in here. Genuinely, it's a great space. There are lots of windows. I like the lighting. It's like I don't have any lights on right now except for that guy behind me, but it's very small. And I do feel somewhat limited in this space. That circle painting that I worked on, the big California coast painting, that was an 18-inch round, and it felt like I had fully reached the capacity of the space with that particular painting. And I was realizing, looking online, that I could get an actual artist studio in my community, like a 20-minute bus ride away, for the same price and have double, if not triple, the square footage. So much more wall space, actual outlets. There are no outlets in this room. I'm having to run in like three different extension cords. It's a nightmare. So there was one place close by that had an opening that had a window and a door. Two things that I really need, right? If I'm recording videos in that space, I have to have a door. And if I'm going to survive in that space, I have to have a window. So I am really hoping that I get that space. It opens May 1st. And yeah, I think it would be a really good time if I got it. So I'm really crossing my fingers and hoping and praying that I can do that. So, words cannot describe how badly I wanted this first option to work. This was an art gallery, maker space, artist collective place. They had a ton of communal supplies for ceramics, printmaking, oil painting, filming, sewing, risograph, etc. And if YouTube wasn't such a big part of what I do, and I didn't need privacy for that, I might have actually taken this. The price range here ranged from $700 to $900 a month for non-private studios, basically. I ended up applying for Studio 12, which you'll see on camera in a minute. This was about a 12 by 12 foot space in a larger communal space. It had medium indirect light and it was kind of tucked away, but there was some noise going on. And I don't know, I just generally don't enjoy being perceived. So the lack of privacy and the lack of a window for good light were the two big reasons why I ended up saying no, despite being accepted there. So after I toured there, I found this random Craigslist listing for an office space within walking distance of me, and this was listed at $700 a month, which was so tempting and interesting to me. I was like really into that. So that was like the rock bottom price for this office, as told to me by the older British lady property manager. And I have to agree, for where I live in the Bay Area, sorry, there is some road noise here. For where I live in the Bay Area, this is really affordable. And the big downside was, of course, there was none of the fun communal stuff like the last place had. So no risograph stuff, no ceramic studio, none of that. But it had there was stuff that I really need. And maybe I wouldn't have used that stuff. I don't know. I am an oil painter at heart, right? And so I feel like if I can just oil paint and film and have nice lighting, I'm like fine. So that's really what I wanted. The application process was pretty straightforward. I had to give previous rental history, references, information about my income, my business, assets, any debts that I had, which thankfully none. And a description of what I was going to use the space for. And thankfully, I make more than enough to pay the rent for this particular office. So it was totally fine. But just to be safe, I sent over a credit report, a tax return, and like 12 months of bank statements, and that was more than enough. So if you are an artist considering applying for a space, that is what I would recommend you do. And that seemed to work. So to give a little spoiler, this is the option that I did end up taking and moving into, but I wasn't sure if I was going to get it because I don't know. The building is older, it's historic. Spaces here are rented out and improved by like this board, and older people tend to not super understand how my business works and how I make money. So I gave them a ton of information and was really hoping they would just figure it out and understand that I do okay. So yeah, while I was waiting to hear back, I decided to work on this painting that I had started with my friend Mel. We were doing some oil painting on plein air, and these were just like some flowers that were blooming in my backyard. I started the drawing and like the first part of the painting from observation and just like kind of loosely sketched some flowers and really wanted to work on that some more. And it was really nice. It was very meditative to like get the subtle color gradations and the variation and saturation and value of these petals right. It was a very nice kind of meditative experience. And it was really just like a nice overall kind of break to do this because I've been feeling very frustrated with my work lately. I've been working on that tree arched panel for so long and it's been so frustrating, so challenging that I really needed like a nice break. It's so easy for me to get caught up in linking my self-worth or my skills writ large with the success of a particular piece. And it was really nice to have a quick win. You know what I mean? It was just very much the calm before the storm that is moving. I honestly, I hate moving with every fiber of my being. I'm not sure who likes like the practical aspects of it, like the manual labor part. It's so hard in your body, like bending and lifting and packing and assembling furniture. It's just not fun. I love the designing process, right? I love thinking about furniture layouts and decor and wall colors, but I just don't love the hauling boxes to and from a car kind of thing. So it took me a few days to move and just pack everything in my studio. And a lot of that you just don't see on camera because I just refuse to edit footage like that. I just want to do the stuff. I don't want to have to think about camera angles while I'm doing it. But we are getting super close to move-in day. And before I show you the new workspace and talk about moving, I do want to briefly thank the sponsor of this video, which is Squarespace. Squarespace is one of the absolute best website builders on the internet, but they're also so much more than that. I have been running my online store on Squarespace for ages now. You can also write a blog, have a portfolio, or even run an online course with their new course features. A few weeks ago, I wanted to start offering paid mentorship and coaching, which is by far my most requested product or service. Using Squarespace, I was able to really quickly create a sales page, display testimonials, and even send an email announcement all within Squarespace. Their fluid design engine makes designing websites an absolute breeze, and their intuitive drag and drop features and color palette ability just makes my website look so good and so cohesive, and most importantly, so easy to update. If you want a website that will grow with your business and help you make more money, I think it's worth giving Squarespace a try. You can go to squarespace.com/Kelsey Rodriguez or use Kelsey Rodriguez at checkout to get 10% off your first order of a website or domain. And now let's move into my new studio. I'm in the new office. Here it is. Bright and early. Movers are coming in like an hour-ish, hour and a half. Shouldn't take them too long to get here. They're currently loading stuff up at my house, and then they're gonna move stuff here. So yeah, it should be good. It should be a good time. You can go put it like middle.
It's my first day in the new studio. The movers have just come, and I think the first order of business is going to be to set up my computer and get that working. The Wi-Fi's been installed, so we're good to go there. And yeah, I think it's just going to be computer setup time. I'm so excited.
Hello there. How are you doing? Welcome to my new studio. Let me give you a little bit of a tour. Sorry if you can hear the fan and road noise. There's some audio stuff happening, but it should be fine. Yeah, let me show you around. This is what I'm hoping will be like the panel storage area of the space. So like all these boxes, the movers obviously put here. I'm hoping to have like a large panel storage area over here and maybe a bookcase and have lots of shelves for art storage and stuff like that. I'm going to pick you up and move you around on this tripod. Over here, super bright, we have my desk area. I ended up putting my desk mostly against this wall and it comes out a little bit over here. I think one of the really common things that people do when they do interior design like this is to put all of the furniture up against the walls. And I am super guilty of this right now, but I feel like I am somewhat redeeming myself by having the desk come out a little bit this way. So it's not so egregious, but yeah. And then over here, this corner, so a little bit away from the desk, but still on the window wall area, I'm thinking that I want some kind of easel over here in this corner, and then have this big husky toolbox thing that I ordered kind of go up against this wall to create a painting zone. So in my desk area, that is also an art zone, but a video editing, admin, call, filming kind of zone. And then over here, we're going to have a little bit of a painting zone. And also, this area never gets direct light. So I was thinking that it would be kind of ideal for large paintings because of that. So we're not dealing with value issues like we were in my last space where I had to have a lot of direct sunlight. Okay. Last corner. All right, way over here, this is the fourth corner of the space. I'm thinking that we have this couch here. This is a recent addition. I got this on Facebook Marketplace for half off. It was great. So we have this couch. I'm thinking that we have a little bit of a filming set kind of area for more casual conversations, just a little bit of a lounge space. Probably I want a mini fridge and a microwave in here for lunch. And yeah, that is the studio so far. I ordered a rug to put over here, and I think I just want it to be a little casual, cozy corner. I want this space to be extremely functional. But I also want to think about filming, right? Because YouTube is such a big part of my job and a thing that I'm really passionate about. I want to have multiple different areas for filming possibilities and like different camera angles and stuff. And I think that I don't know, like the painting area, the desk area, the couch will also like really lend themselves very nicely to really cool filming spots. And that was somewhat of a priority for me. So yeah, that is the space so far. The big toolbox thing should be arriving later this week. The big panel storage thing is like a month or two away. I ordered that custom, but yeah, I think it'll be a really good time. That is basically the end of this video. Let me know what you guys want to see in this space. I have a ton of video ideas for like studio setup kind of things coming soon, so keep an eye out for that. And there will be a whole playlist of those videos on the screen right now if you wanted to watch, but if they're not out yet, then it'll be something else. So yeah, if you were interested in mentorship or prints or whatever, I have all of those links that in my description, and I hope to see you guys around soon. All right, bye.